Can I see that on my app? Let me see. Filters. Live. Come on. Please show it to me. Ugh. Hello to anyone who's just joined. I don't have access to my live stream yet because that's how I roll. I'm trying to connect on to my via my iPad. So give me 1 second. Upload date live. Just my luck. Okay, yeah, no, it says I'm live, so let me pull that up via YouTube. Let me put something up here.
Somebody mixed my medicine. Where you hurt, where you sleep, and you sleep where you lie. And now you're in deep, and now you're gonna cry. Got a woman to your left and a boy
Why won't it show me live?
start to sweat, so hold me tight. Somebody mixed my medicine. I don't know what I'm on. Somebody mixed my medicine. Now baby, it's all gone. Somebody mixed my medicine. Somebody's in my head again. Somebody mixed my medicine. Well, I drink what you leak and I smoke what you sigh. See you across the room with a look in your eye. Got a man to his left and a girl to his right. I start to sweat, so hold me tight. Somebody mix my medicine. I don't
Give me 1 moment.
Somebody mixed my medicine. Now baby, it's all gone. Somebody
Did my iPad just freeze?
Somebody's in my head again. Somebody mixed my medicine again. There's a tiger in the room and a baby in the closet. Pour another drink, mom, I don't even want it. Then I turn around and think I see someone that looks like you. Where you hurt, where you sleep, where you lie. Now you're in deep and now you're gonna cry. Got a woman to your left and a boy to your right. Start to sweat, so hold me tight. Somebody mix my medicine.
Hello everyone, just give me 1 moment. I'm trying to get my stream to work on my iPad because it doesn't want to work properly. Give me 1 moment. It doesn't want to show that I'm live? Oh, there we go. Wow, that was a lengthy delay. It doesn't want to show that I'm live. Oh god. Really, YouTube? I have to update my app? Oh my god, YouTube. Man. Give me 1 second. Let me find YouTube. This is annoying, YouTube. So anyone who would like to know, I'm just going through photos today, organizing them and getting them prepped for a possible Redbubble store, because I have thousands of photos in this catalog alone. I have 90,000. So I'm going through them and seeing what I have and seeing where can I apply photos and where can I not. But I do have photos from like Celebration of Harry Potter weekend as well, from this year and last year. Well, I currently stall to get the new YouTube app updated because YouTube has to be annoying. But it's YouTube, what else is new? Give me one moment, the YouTube app should hopefully be starting up in a moment. Which means I'm going to need to figure out what can I delete off of this device to save space, and I'm looking, there's a lot that I might be able to get rid of, so I might do that. But I'm dealing with a very old iPad. I was gifted this for Christmas one year. There we go. The app should be up to date-ish. Maybe. We'll find out. So, do I have chat? Hey, I have chat. How are you guys? Yeah, I've been taking photographs for years. My first trip to Disney with a brand new DSLR resulted in 5,000 photos in a week. So, I do quite a bit of work here. And I do have like photos that are currently unreleased from like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I have over 1,000 shots of that. So I do have quite a bit of photos from it. Like, I do have photos like this where, personally... let me go into the develop mode. And do it fill. Like, personally, you can say that Mickey is a bit too bright. Which, luckily, because I shoot in RAW, I'm actually able to go and make it where I feel like it's normal. Which for this one will actually be limiting the exposure a bit in the highlights. Which would make it look like that. A very nice way. And actually, do I have the ability to show before and after? View. Before and after. Split screen. Alright, Shift Y. So you can even see, like, with Mickey, the difference in not color grading and color grading. Hey, Magical News Live. Well, I'm editing on a laptop, so personally. Let me get some nice music going here in the background, because I do like music when I work. And you guys can say, oh god, the amount of music he has. Let's see here. Let me do it by artists. Do I want Alice Cooper? Hmm. Do I have this artist in here yet? Yes, I do. Sweet, I have Hailstorm. So I'm gonna put on some music in the background. Oh god, I have to fix that one. I have to fix Strange Case too. There we go, this works. The reason why I'm running Windows 7 is because this computer is from 2012. This is my main editing rig, actually. And it's a laptop. I really never wanted to put Windows 10 on it, because while I did have the free upgrade of Windows 8, It's more of legacy treatment and the fact that I can actually crash this computer very easily in its current configuration, and I do apologize if there is any offensive words in music I listen to, by the way. But generally, it's because I use this computer quite a fair bit, and I know that it works much nicer with Windows 7. Plus, I want to upgrade the RAM in this, but it's going to be like $300. It's going to be about $200 to do that, and I'd rather just build a new computer at that point when I can afford it again. Never forget about her. I also listen to a lot of like music, hard rock, and whatnot, so you guys will enjoy my musical tastes. You know what? I'm changing these two categories. I'm going to do it the laziest way possible. I'm changing it to parks. Add collection. Parks. Remove from collection. Like, if it's worth anything right now, if you want to see my performance, this is just photo editing on this system. So, I need to get a much better system in the future. Which is one reason why I'm really considering doing a Redbubble store, to be quite honest with you. Because I was going through some of my other photos here, and I really think that they have potential. Because this is just some of the photos I just have sitting on my hard drive. So I do have quite a fair bit coming through years of photography. Which is why I'm also going through and seeing what else I have. Because the one thing is, like, I want to do more specialty items like phone cases, not t-shirts, because I really don't think a lot of these would photograph well into an actual t-shirt. So I'm going to see what I can do, if I can put these up. But I do want to do something with these photographs, because I just have photographs everywhere, essentially. Plus, I can be honest, right now my current purchase to this computer's upgrades are just more hard drives, really. Redbubble is a print-on-demand service like Cafe Press and Zazzle, where you can get like t-shirts, clocks, calendars, phone cases, notebooks, pillows. You can get a lot from them, which is quite astounding. So that's always has been the amazing part to me. Which, there we go. The only reason why I'm doing parks is because it makes my life so easy during the celebration of Harry Potter weeks. Because I have so many photos from there. Let me morph all these into a gallery real fast. Mind you, this is just one day worth of photos. So I take quite a fair bit. Which is one reason why I just want to do something with these. Let me grab all of these in quick. Because this is just some of the photos that I take. Including like 20 of seagulls. So you can see my hard drive collection. There is, in that batch of hard drives, 17.5 terabytes. With only about 500 gigs free. So, that is where I spend all of my money on my computer. Is in more data. And that's actually an expensive upgrade. Shockingly. Can I just nuke all these into a gallery? I should be able to. Yes, I can. Sweet. Makes my life easy. Only 2,288 photos in 3 days. Nope. I have no backups. I have no backups at all. Because it would literally cost me... Let me see, how much money would it cost me for a new drive? And so you guys can see some of the other photos quick. Other than the new tram, the queue for Flight of Passage. I was so loving the photographs in here. It's so beautiful in that building. But yeah, I have no backups. I have no backups at all. I have none. Works hard. I have a cloud drive as well. 1.16 terabytes free of 2 terabytes. Then I have 3 more SD cards in the mix as well. 32, 64, and 64. Message you claimed. I've really been meaning to buy drives to back it up. But again, it's also one of those things of, do I really... I want to build a new computer, and I think that's coming more precedent right now, instead of having backups. Personally. Because I do know how to recover from failed drives. I actually had to, because I had a 3 terabyte drive fail on me, which I was so sad about. I was so heartbroken when my 3 terabyte drive failed, because I was able to recover all the user data from it. All the data that I put onto it, other than the backups of my schools, other than the backups of my laptop that I take to school, my MacBook Pro. So it was literally a nightmare when I did all that. And it was so sad. So let's see. I'm going to see how much money it is on Newegg. Because I usually shop from Newegg for some computer bits. I'm about to say, personally, the reason is because I'm looking at least $600 just to back it up. And I could really use that for, as of right now, in more computers. Well, in a new computer. Because even to back up every single hard drive of mine, I would need 2 10 terabyte drives. So let's see if this will actually search for and not crash. But being Google Chrome, it will crash. I miss bad things, the way you treat me, that you blamed me. But yeah, it's like quite astounding the amount of how much I just rely on hard drives. And I'm looking into it right now, but it's still like a $400 plus deal. Let's see here. Okay, so if I were to get, and this is just 10 terabyte drives on Newegg, even refurbished are going for $460. So it's quite a bit to back up all of my drives. 30 terabytes, $1,100. So that's why I'm kind of holding on doing all this until I get a new computer, probably. I have 2 drives that are DC powered, to be quite honest with you. Everything else is running off USB hubs. But everything's being run through multi-layer power filtering as well. Multi-layer power filtering on a box that is auto-designed to shut off for any spike, and has a max spike and actually supports a lightning strike. It supports the max spike is 369,000 joules. So, thank you, John. That was a lot of fun, and that was a lot of work, editing-wise, for the audio to get it to sound correct. It was a nightmare. Plus, I'll be honest with you guys, too. Right now, like, I also hit the point that I have to get new things, because I really haven't discussed this at all. But Resort TV 1 knows, Josh knows. I had on December 26th, pipes burst in my house. So, I have to get stuff replaced, including my laptop for school, because water got into it. So, I'm looking at, depending if the insurance company doesn't want to cover it, I'm down $2,500. But, this is like the stuff that I don't tell people, because it's normally something like I don't seek to go out for pity or charity or anything like that. I just care more for you guys to care my work, because I'm very private. I will say that day in, day out, sideways, front ways, any other ways plausible, because that's how I just see things, where I really don't care what people think about my personal life, because I really don't care. But I don't ever try to go out for like sympathy or any matters such as that, because I don't find it cohesive to what I want to get out there. Because I just really want to be known for my content. And I'm sorry if I'm going off on a bit on a tangent here, but that's normally how I feel about matters like this. Hello, Julia. Hope everything's well with you today, Julia. Say, in the society now, I know it's very hard to stay positive, which is why I focus more on just getting my content out there, and really not of what people think about me or anything like that, because I have been jerked around like that before, and I really don't fancy to go back to it. Plus, I know right now with how things are going, and I try not to get political for stuff like this, but knowing the divide that's been going on and how people are feeling and how everyone seems to be pitted like enemies, it's very hard to stay positive. But I find it in being able to provide content for people who can't experience it or can't wait to experience it again. And I can tell you guys fun stories of being slandered from groups because they didn't like it, or I knew they were going to try to use me and I didn't allow it, and I called them out for it. And that's really how it happened, to be honest. And I can tell you guys, the one thing you guys will hear me say a fair bit is I let my music that I listen to speak for how I feel. Because that's how I feel. I let my music speak for me. Which is why, if you guys notice, I have literally in this so many different songs that I listen to. And this isn't even my full library of music. But I am a big one for music. I'm a big creative guy. So that's how I am. So I just let my music speak for me. So if I'm in a horrible mood, I might be listening to death metal. Or if I'm in a mood where I just want to mellow out, I'll go listen to Jimmy Buffett. Because that's how I feel. And to be honest, I really enjoy it, because it allows me, for anyone who doesn't understand where I'm coming from, to listen to this song and be like, oh, so that's your reception of it right now. Yeah, no, some of the stuff that Lady Gaga does is actually quite inspiring and quite astounding, which is why I've actually have been a fan of hers off and on throughout the years, because I love the message that she is bringing forth, especially to her fans. Because we need to find that. And we need to let people know that, like this one right here, Beautiful With You by Hailstorm, like, we need people to know that I just like you for you, and not for what Joe Schmo says. Because that's how it should be. Where it's like when people ask me all the time, some people have asked me, it's like, what is the feature that pops out to you first the most? And this is just even in relationships, like looks, personality, stuff like that. It's like, I would rather know someone on a personal level, like a psychological level, if I go into my psych courses, before I will know them for doing something else or know them for their looks. I would rather know them personally than judge them. Nice, John. I need to get to Key West one day. I haven't been there. The closest I've been in Key West was Miami, and that was for a flight. Man, I have friends in Key West. I should just go drop down there and be like, "Sup, guys? How are you, man?" I won't tell. my horrible singing. I apologize for it. Resorts. This song speaks to me a lot. When those walls you painted black, baby, secrets that you keep under your bed. All you have to do is let me in your room. Man. I'm sorry, but I just really like this song.
Tell me all about your past, why you painted those walls black. Baby, it's alright, you're safe in here with me. Open up so I can see a few pictures from your past, and those walls you painted black, and the secrets that you keep under your bed. An unopened letter from your dad, a poster of your favorite band. It don't matter, I'll take every part of you. All you have to do is let me in your room. Let me in your room.
Hello back. So, works hard. What can I have, what are we having for dinner tonight? Oh, don't get me started on Broadway. Don't get me started on Broadway. I was watching Carmen this morning I was watching the opera Carmen. That's where my morning was. And I'll follow the echo. You night after night, calling out your name. If you guys ever want to see like the stupid photos I take stupid photos quite a bit. Okay, so this is a halfer here. Well, multiple halfer. Let's see here. iDrive area. And yes, I do have photos of cats. But those go in my home folder. House. Magical News Live. It is. I'm using the older version of this. I'm using Adobe Photoshop Lightroom. I don't recall which version. I think I'm using this from CS6. I think. I'm not exactly sure. I'm sorry for my yawning. Are they doing a remake of West Side Story? They are doing a... Why? That's kind of like doing the... What am I thinking of? Oh, Lord. I will say, though, and I'm going to go a little bit into my personal life again here for a second. If you guys noticed when I put up a video in September, early September, that I was taking a week away from my channel to do things, was because my grandfather passed on September 6th. That night, the next day that I cleared out my mind was I went and saw 1984 on Broadway. Which I can say was, to me, perfect to get my mind off of what was going on. And I had friends who thought it was funny because I told them, oh yeah, no, everything's fine. And they find irony in it and find it a bit funny that the day after I lose someone, I go watch a show that has torture in it. But personally, I love theater. I'm a huge theater nut. So it was something like... It was just something that I wanted to do when I went up there anyway to visit him right before he passed. I made it a stay mark that if I'm going to New York City, I'm going to go see the show. It's a horrible way, the circumstances surrounding it, but it was something that I wanted to do. Hello, Arjons. I'm sorry for that little moment of sadness there, but it's just something that I kind of wanted to throw out there. Like, I'm willing to do this because I'm that much of a theater nerd. It's, again, a horrible way of how it occurred, but it was, for me, the perfect cleanse, or the perfect way to take a few hours out of my busy lifestyle and enjoy something, especially with what has just occurred. That's how I feel about it. So yeah, you do need shock sometimes to be snapped out of it. You really do. You really do, especially nowadays. And so you guys can see, I shoot a lot of photos. Like, all of my photos from Mickey's Not So Scary with the Rain. So you guys can see some of the stuff that I have that I have never released at all. Little girl, you like it? Aw, that photo's blurred. Like stars. Ah, there we go. And I'm sorry again for my horrible singing. The demands of the crowd. Give me a good distorted electric guitar any day of the week. At the rock show, as right in the front row. Yeah, everybody does. Julia, I just try the hardest that I can. Which I will say, I'll be completely honest with you guys, Disney security has been a bit amazing with me. Because there's one day I just left the park talking to a security guard at the turnstile. He let me back into the park briefly to take one photograph. And this is one of my favorite photographs that I've taken from an event. Because I saw the perfect opening from it. And I thanked the guard when he permitted me to take it. Where is it? Whose heart beats like a kick drum. He knows a word to every line, every time. Where is it? It's in this photo gallery, I think. Let the sun roll. Can I view? Where he's rather be? Show an explorer, por favor. Yeah, no. Thank you. Thank you, works hard. I know it's just one of those things, like, it was really off the cuff for me. I just decided to do something like this. Let's see. Maybe I'll find this photo. It should be in here, towards the end of the gallery. Maybe. Once, so you guys can see some of my other shots. But I really want to go back and take this again. Let me check. Oh, okay, that's all Jingle Cruise. Oh, it's not in this one. That is really weird. Oh, wait. I think I know when I took it. Did I take it during... No, I think I took it during Not So Scary. Yeah, I took it during Not So Scary, I think. Wait, that's a different day in itself. Wow, I'm an idiot. Oh my god. I'm trying to find a photo. I was like, wait a minute, that was a different day. So, it was this night. Where is it? Ah, shut up, Malwarebytes. It's a long, long way. Here it is. And I had to thank the security guard for letting me go back into the park and take this photo. Oh, that will be way too much work I would have to do. I would have to open up Photoshop for that. But this is the photograph. I was in the total wrong folder. And the nice thing is, too, I can actually go... Like, it looks superimposed, but it's not. That's the funniest thing. And then I can still even mess around with it. Where if I want to lower the highlights a bit. So, personally, I would do something like that. Where you guys can even see the difference. Let me reset that for right now. I can't believe it took me, like... a little bit to find it. Let's see. Hey, all my photos of Terminator 2, the last day. Out, making up, breaking loud. I was so Terminator 2 was an exit twister for one of my favorite rides. Which, let me group all these real fast into the Universal Orlando one. The sun goes up, up, up. Which, again, I was so happy to get the photos I got of this show. So, like, this is a lot of the stuff that you guys do not see behind the scenes. Photographs like this. Or this photograph of John hugging the T-800. Which is why I really want to start using these. properly. So they're just not sitting on a hard drive. Let me go back to my metadata. Is this more... Okay, this is house photos after Irma. But that just goes in a house. More from Horror Nights. I personally am not equipped to do 360 3D. Well, I'm equipped to do 3D. I'm not equipped at all to do 360. And I know that Josh has done it, but Josh knows I have reservations on it. It takes me... I research into all the gear and all the tech that I use. And Josh thought it was a bit astounding when I told him that it literally took me 3 years to switch to 4K. 3 years of research into 4K to do all that. Yeah, I've looked into 360, but I don't like the quality of it yet. And the quality that... If you guys have seen the quality that I demand, my channel is pretty evident of the way of quality that I want to go. Like it's a bad thing. And again, I do apologize if anyone finds some of my music to be a bit offensive. This song speaks about me. Bad thing. Nice, Julia. I've actually have made the comment, if I'm ever going to dye my hair, I would do it red, personally. Red, but quite personally, I would do ultraviolet. Ultraviolet reactive for me. It's so out there. It's just something that I would do in a heartbeat. See you again. Bad thing. So you guys can also see some of the photos that I've taken. If anyone remembers my live stream from the Orlando Eye that day, these were the photographs. Well, some of them. Let me remove Shift Y. I'll do it later. What you can't have. So I've taken a lot of photos here, including where's the one of Disney. The coolest thing is from the Orlando Eye is there's the Contemporary in Bay Lake Tower. There's Space Mountain and the castle. That sucks, man. If I can find a hair dye that is UV reactive that isn't out there, I will do it. Because that's the one reason why I chose for the night that I was with Josh for Mickey's Not So Scary, before he went off into the resorts, when I showed up early enough that my hair was red. Because I bought UV responsive hair dye. I'm sorry, not hair dye, hair gel. I bought Moonglow from a British company off Amazon, and I was so happy about how the hair looked. Because that's the one thing I like doing. I love causing scenes. If anyone's noticed on Josh's streams, I'm a huge one for causing scenes. How many photos did I take? I have over 4,000 at Universal. Okay, I hit my Irma collection. Give me 1 second. Ah, yes. Some of the photos I've taken in the air. That goes New York Metro area. Yeah, this is more New York City Metro. Okay, yeah. I'm just going through this one if you guys really do not mind really fast, because these are photos I took around the time that my grandfather passed. So I was up in New Jersey for all of this. So I just want to get through these real fast because I consider these more personal, to be honest. Yeah, no, I know how it is. I can tell you the programs that I know of and that I can deal with. I'm used to dealing with expensive gear. Loads of money on gear here. Please group this in. There we go. Good computer. That should be in its... Oh, yes it is. So you guys can see, these are the photos that I took the day after my grandfather passed. So even while I'm looking, or like, in New York, smiling, saying Big Brother's Watching You, 1984 by George Orwell, you guys can see some of the photographs I took. Because I have taken thousands of photos in Manhattan. Because I'm from the area. So this is just a little preview into what or a little glimpse into what I do beyond the stream. This goes into its own category there. Drink. Oh yeah. These go into the area photographs. Here's to you. And then these go into the main gallery. Give me 1 second. New York City is one of my loves. I do love it. I will say that any day of the week, Monday through Thursday. Wow, Monday through... I'll say that any day of the week, Sunday through Saturday. There we go. Make life easier. But there's just something about New York that just appeals to me and how it photographs well. Especially like 30 Rock. Like, such as this photograph. Where like the sky is all washed out, so I'm gonna need to do a lot of work on that. So like this one might not be immediately released until I work on it. I do have variants that I've taken throughout the years, so I'm gonna work on that. Here's to you, through the glass area. Then I go back, like, so you guys can see. I had a friend who, when we went to New York, he would literally stop at every single, whenever the hand turned red, do not cross, he would stop. Even if the crowd was still moving, I had to tell him, you know, New York City's way is you follow the crowd. That's point blank how it works. You follow the crowd in New York. And that's how I see things. So, I think, guys, I need to go spend more time at Disney. Oh, man. I did not need that thought. Let me find some new music real fast here. There we go. Bon Jovi. Do I have to find it? Yeah. Let me just queue all this up manually then. Bon Jovi, Bon Jovi, Bon Jovi. I have Avril Lavigne if anyone wants to listen to that. Queue next. Let me check out my queue. Okay, sweet. So let me delete this from my playlist. Oh wow, this queued up all of the music from them. I didn't want that. Remove. There we go. Well, I might be at Disney in 2 weeks, so you guys might see some live streams then. I might be there later this week. I never know. You guys never know when I'm gonna go live. Neither do I half the time, to be quite honest. I have more photos from Mickey's Not So Scary. How many photos do I take there? Right now it's just more of a general sorting. Oh, I haven't checked that video yet. I'll be honest, I'm so backlogged on doing stuff, it's not funny. Here you guys go. The Josh in action shot. And I was just walking backwards taking this. Did I take a photo of my hair that night? I might have. Let's see. Because I have so much stuff going on. And so you guys know, I'm trying not to annoy or like not see chat. It's just you guys are right below me. So I have to look down to read the comments because you guys are on my iPad. Who knows? I haven't been around Liam personally, so yeah. You guys might have noticed a recurring photo trend where I might be doing soon a video comparison of 30 Rock to the actual 30 Rock to Universals. Give me one. I need to create a new collection for this one. Tampa Bay Comic Con 2017. There we go. Oh, 241 shots. What is... Oh, yes, the sky one day in my neighborhood. So that goes into a house. More into the house. Crap, I didn't want to put it in that one. Thank you. Yeah, my family's a bit interesting if you look at these photographs. Okay, more Gaylord poems. Wow. That sucks. I know how it is with Black Ice too. It's like that is one of the things I would never want to drive on Black Ice. God, I hate Black Ice. What was that? I'd probably just got an email. Who knows? Hey, I found more photos from Disney World. And a photo of my mother's taillight because I thought it looked weird. Man, some of these could be used for very good phone case ideas. And I do have food in here from the wave from last time I went. I'll say though, it was so nice. It was pouring that night. It started downpouring. So I was able to get really cool photos. Like this one that... Let me find one that's not blurred. And you're too big, darling. You give love a bad name. I went up to the top floor of the Contemporary as high as I was willing to go the night that it was during a downpour to grab photos like this because it just looked so cool. There we go. I'm very glad that Pumpkin loved Happily Ever After. So, I'm going to pause my music quick. There's two ways to access the roof of the Contemporary. There's the supposed, air quotations here, proper way, and then there's the more, air quotes again here, questionable way. The way that I go is, I go up and take the stairs from the outside. So I walk up the stairs to as high as I can go. Whereas most people only know, like, if you want to go to the roof, you have to go and eat at the California Grill at the roof of the Contemporary. Well, I just walk up the stairs from the outside and I could still have access to it. So that's how you guys can do it. You guys can walk up the stairs for it, or you guys can have a dining reservation at California Grill. And sometimes they do enforce that rule, and that's only on like 4th of July or New Year's Eve, where the only way to access the roof is by having a reservation at California Grill, or if you get up there early enough by taking the stairs. While you can go as high as the 11th floor, you can still go out those doors on either side of the building. They will lock behind you, but they are not alarmed. So you're still able to get up there. Photoshop Lightroom, Nick, is more for color grading. Like if you're shooting on a DSLR in RAW mode, which I do. So that just permits you to change around settings. Like in this photograph, when I go into develop mode, I can change the shadows. So I can make it darker or brighter from a photograph that I took. So, like, I'm just using this one for a quick example. Let me take the before and after out. Okay, there we go. So, like, I just made this photo darker than what it was, and I can make it like this, where it's much, much darker compared to the master copy, which is like that. So it's more of a photograph editor. That's literally what it's for. It's designed for photographs. And that's what I use it for. That's really what it's for. And sorry, I'm just going into a bit of a tunnel vision here for a moment. I was trying to figure out how many photographs I have. Well, if anyone ever needs 970 photos of Disney Quest, I've got them. Let me categorize this into Disney Springs. 1,400 photos now in Disney Springs. A lot of new photos of Cirque. But I'll be honest, when I was with Josh, I kind of went a bit crazy documenting everything that I could from Disney Quest, including with the lights on, where it was dark. Where I could before they were yelling at me to leave. So wow, all these photos are blurred. Like, there you go. Really pointless photographs like the carpeting or the Pirates of the Caribbean sign. So I do have photographs like this because I stayed until they closed. Fun little side note there. Let me go back to my music. Which, for anyone wondering, I'm using Music Bee with the Tron theme that they have, derecognized. But I can, if I change it, I can get my little secret bar here to be a recognizer. A bad name. Love. A bad name. Wow. I haven't been to SeaWorld since June. I need to go. Again. Let's see here. Go ahead and put this into the SeaWorld folder. And you're too bad, darling, you give love a bad name. Let's see here. Ah, the universe of energy. Is there anyone in this photograph? No, it was raining. Sweet. From one of the many days I went there. It sucks that Universe of Energy is closed now, but it needed an update. It honestly did. It was alright when it closed, really. Wow, that's an old Coca-Cola sign. But it was something where they didn't update it, really, which did its demise. That was their issue with it. You sing a song for the broken hearted. All of my happily ever after photos. No, I have not played that yet. I can show you, Mr. Master. I'll open it up in a second after this. I do know that a demo tape of the show leaked. I do know that. That's partial of what's in mine. Which, let me just group these in the Animal Kingdom real fast. And get all this set up. Which I will also say one thing. The nice thing about Happily Ever After is the castle is very photogenic. Like, I would need to fix this. Which, can I do that right now? Brush, yada 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 yada. Oh, this is just effects. There we go. So let me just... Oh, I did not want to do that. I would just want to change the aspect. Okay, can I just... Auto angle, por favor. There we go. So that's the nice thing. The castle's very photogenic, and because this one is a bit too dark, I can add effects to it. Nice, Julia. I've yet to see the new music video that Paramore dropped today. Let me open up the editing of it. There we go. That should open up in the background, hopefully. As I go back into my library here. But I do know that they dropped the new Paramore album today. I've yet to listen, or the new music video. I've yet to listen to it. My photos of MegaCon now. So you guys know I do a lot of media coverage here in Orlando normally, so that's why I have literally hundreds of photos from conventions, including Disney princesses. Which, okay. And I have met Pocahontas. That is the only Disney princess that I have met. I'll say I still need to edit my copy of Wishes. I have multiple angles of it that I've yet to do. Speaking of, here's more photos from the Roof of the Contemporary, including a sign that they put up during the wildfires. Or during, I'm sorry, a very dry spell. Just telling people to properly extinguish cigarettes. Oh yeah, a photo of an airplane that I took from up there. Bird, stuff like that. I'll say Happily Ever After actually was much better than I anticipated. Okay, and that's still loading. Wow, that's still utilizing the UI. So I might just have to open up the files. I kind of don't want to. Speaking of Wishes, all of the photos that I took from that night. The last night of Wishes. So you guys can see the crowd just goes on and on. Mind you, I got there about an hour and a half before the show. It was already crowded. I had to fight my way in to get this view. It was, oh man, that night. That's why I was live for over an hour that night. Let me dunk all these in here. Oh, yeah, I forgot to group all these in a MK resort. Well, into just resorts. More photos, including a sunset shot that is way too bright there. Okay, 1 second on this one. Okay, so for this one, but it normally looks nicer, so I'm going to do some work on this one with the sunset. And I took this one with a telephoto lens, like I do with a lot of these photos of the Magic Kingdom. I gotta say, Wishes though, that was a busy night. No one expected the park to phase close for the last show, which was truly a testament to the show. And now Vegas is gonna yell at me, you have a software update, like, do you want to use it? It's like, I don't want to. Metadata, por favor. Metadata, por favor, thank you. What was I doing this night? Oh, yes, this was the night that I was at Bay Lake Tower filming Wishes. So, since this appears to be open, here you guys go. This is the project file for Happily Ever After. I'm just going to throw this into the lowest settings possible, because don't mind me, the program, the video is rendered out in 4K. I just save all mine in 720p. I'm sorry, 1080p, just to make my editing easier. But so you guys can see, this is the video and how it edited. So you guys can see Happily Ever After full source soundtrack demo tape. So if I really want to, for the opening of this, and this is something why I kind of like doing it, this is what the raw camera audio is, how I edit that in. So this would be the raw camera audio here, and let me just make sure that you guys can still hear me. Okay, yeah, I figure you guys can still hear me. But this is how it is, and you guys can notice how I really lower it in here. And you guys can barely hear it. That's because the way that I edited the audio together, I will use the bottom track, and this is what it sounds like. And I happen to find this on YouTube, which is the more sounder.
And they all lived happily ever after. Each of us had a dream, a heart's desire.
So it was more of getting it all to fit together and working a lot of it. And the way that I knew it was a demo track was with Aladdin here, where this is a different take.
Trust me, having a best friend by your side opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
Compared to
Opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
so it's a different take, and then doing all of the editing
New world of possibilities.
made it sound like this. But if I really wanted to, and why I emphasis more on this. Why is playing back very slow because I'm live streaming right now. But how that really ends. then it just stopped. And segues into the next one.
Some people are worth melting for.
And you can actually hear a woman behind me singing. So there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes here.
All at once, everything is different now that I see you.
So there's a lot of work that goes on with all of this, from what I've showed you guys. And a very interesting one is I was going through recently my videos, and I noted that I actually had in my OneDrive here, I actually had alternate wishes, Hollow Wishes spiels that had them sponsored by Pandora Jewelry, something that they never played at the event. Let me see, is it on here still? Welcome back. Let me see, is it in, where's my Hollow Wishes? There we go, Hollow Wishes live spiels. And you guys can see I do keep a lot of stuff on here. Because it's so slow. This was an interesting one because I did not expect to have my first night of Hollow Wishes for 2017, a spiel of it being sponsored by Pandora Jewelry. Something that they never played at any of the other event nights to my knowledge. So when I play it for you guys here, it's live, so you guys can hear crowd noises, but it's like, let's see. I'll let that play it for itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in just 10 minutes, the Magic Kingdom will proudly present our nighttime fireworks spectacular, Happy Hallowishes, a grinning ghost spectacular in the sky, presented by Pandora Jewelry. In order for you to fully experience tonight's presentation,
That is the only time that I've ever heard that show being sponsored by Pandora Jewelry. So it's always kind of astounding how much I've been there and how much I've picked up on little nuances like that. Rolling down. I have not seen that. One of the jokes I recently made when I went and did a day visit to Animal Kingdom was I was upset that Avatar was not sponsored by Pandora Jewelry, because that would have been perfect. Visit Pandora, sponsored by Pandora Jewelry. I was so sad. Like, I would have done that as a joke. But then again, I also find humor like that to be quite funny. Let me load these into more resorts. with my lovely music and my fat cat. It's my life, and it's now or never. Forever. I have whole. Oh my god, how many photos do I have from Universal? Which I would say one of the creepiest times I've ever been to Universal was the day where they had no background music in the park. It was so silent. I'm so used to it. It was kind of weird. Because you really don't... You don't expect to see how much that the background music affects in your story. But it affects it quite a fair bit. In my seconds all back down. More photos of Race for New York starring Jimmy Fallon. Which I have no idea when Fast and Furious is going to open. This is Old Town. So let me make a new photo gallery. Old Town. New collection. Give me 1 second. I figured you guys might as well just be interested in this live stream. Why I just did it off the cuff. I am right now going to be in the Magic Kingdom on the 17th, I believe. I have to check my fast passes. Live when I'm alive. My life. I really have to check my fast passes for that day. Oh, yeah, my stream is a bit weird right now. When are they down here? Because I've been so busy with stuff, it's like... But no, if my stream is lagging, it's probably because of the amount of stuff I've been doing on it as of late. Have a nice day. Okay. I'll be down here around then too, so I'll probably message them out, be like, sup dude. Which I can say Magical News Live, I get the DMs, but I don't read them half the time, I'll be honest with that. I probably should, but there's so much conversations going on. Hey, sweet. Found photos of Mardi Gras. Which I need to go back and do this year. Welcome to Mardi Gras. They're always great sports when it comes to doing photos here. Oh, come on. Let me see my secret bar, thank you. Metadata, thank you. Okay. They were there when I met them last time. Our themed life. I've hit 6,000 photos, nearly. Here, let me add a collection. It does not want to go into the catalog. Go into the catalog, please. Why turn notifications off? Because I get so many notifications a day. Between over 100 emails to the servers I'm on, to tech support, to YouTube, I get to the news because I'm a news junkie. I get so many notifications a day. Like, I just got another notification. But you know, I get so many notifications a day, it's not funny. It's nearer to 2,000 to 3,000, I would assume. And my program doesn't like me right now. Yay. So much fun. All the names changed every day. Let me check my RAM usage quick. I might have to restart the program. Do I? Wait, I should know that I do. What is... Wow, that's literally using up half my RAM right this exact moment. I'm going to close this and reopen it. Give me 1 minute. That's a bit astounding. It's still going up. What? Oh, it's a memory leak. It's a memory leak. Why is there a memory leak? Yeah, did we not drop anything? Oh, we dropped some frames. Sorry about that, I just had a memory leak. And you guys can see my wonderful wallpaper of awesomeness. Let's reopen up the catalog. Give me 1 second on that. I have to reopen up the program. Please stand by. Can't believe it, but I'm used to it. Yes. Memories cross the pages of your mind. Misty watercolored memories. Also, I can tell you guys how much of a news junkie I am. I'm kind of watching the news right now. I have my phone going and playing CNN for me. Let's see, will this program open up my catalog? So now it has to open up my catalog. This is gonna be a bit. Let me put some hold music on. Listening to Bon Jovi. When I'm asleep. I'm sorry that this is taking a bit long to open, but it's the program. Sorry about this. This is what I have to deal with. Ah, come on, Adobe Lightroom. Thank you, Adobe Lightroom. It's probably queuing up all the RAM. Yeah, it's queuing up all the RAM. It's gonna open up at about 900 megs. I think. But I might not make it back. Standing time. I'll show you guys a little preview while that opens up of my latest copy of Dinosaur I filmed. I just filmed it last week. Well, last weekend. There we go. Oh boy. Should be in here. Nope, this is a different one. Might be in here. Dead or alive? No. There it is. Mind you, this is a raw recording. Well, one of these is going to be a raw recording. There we go. Let me open up VLC. They let you? What do you mean by that? From my comment. I have no idea, man. Yeah, they allowed me to film. I never have any issues with them. Universal I have issues with. Disney I don't. They even allowed me to film with a fisheye lens. Now, when it will open, that's the next question. Hashtag I need a new PC soon. Please open. Yada yada yada. Open, please. This is also what happens when you have 4K video playback. Okay. There you guys go. I did it with a fisheye lens this time. So there's a lot of coverage that I did. It's dark, but it allows you to see. I might go back one day and refilm it. But yeah, I actually went and used my fisheye lens on this. Oh, that's... You're thinking Jurassic Park River Adventure over at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. That's what you're thinking. I really have to go based on what the team's there. And I kind of don't explain how I do things there because I prefer not to. Hey, it's loaded all 90,000 images at 600 megs of RAM. Wow. I'm kind of surprised. I'll say though, it is right now a horrible time to build a computer. It's a horrible, horrible time. Because we're having, thanks to cryptocurrency, RAM prices, thanks to cryptocurrency, GPU prices are like $1,000. We have a NAND flash shortage, which means SSDs are expensive. And because of the also NAND flash shortage, that means that RAM is expensive. Because RAM is hard to get right now, because RAM is having a shortage. So basically, what would cost me a year and a half ago with $2,000 computer is at least $3,000 to $4,000 now. So there's also that. Here's some photos that I've taken of Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon. So you guys can see a little bit more of my photography. I'm sorry if I'm just going off on any rants again today. So I do quite a bit amount of photographs here. Ooh, food. There's a fun story behind the food in this photograph. I had gotten this food for free because I know the purveyor of it. Which reminds me, I have to say hi to them again when they're back here. More photos from Universal of the DeLorean this time. Oh wow, I've been live for over about 2 hours. When I saw John Wick. More from Disney. Photos of magic bands taken apart. Photo of pizza. And more photos. I'll show you guys a little up-close photo of the magic bands here. This is the chip in your magic band that communicates with the whole gear. So basically, where my mouse is here, this little chip, NRC Co. 24L EDN133888N, I believe. I'm sorry, 1338BN, it appears. That does all of your work for you inside the magic band. Then they have a 0 ohm resistor here that's just acting as a power bridge from the battery. And this is a crystal. I think that's in 16. I would have to find the better photo of that. There we go. This is a 16 megahertz clock. Or I'm sorry, a 16 whatever clock. Well, crystal that runs this whole thing together. But yeah, all of this is the first generation Magic Band. I've not opened up the latest generation yet, but all of this is in the Magic Band, the original Magic Band, and I'll show you the one that I used. Because believe it or not, I have bought a used Magic Band off eBay to take apart. There's a better photo as well. And then right here is where the battery would be as well. I actually live streamed tearing apart the Magic Band that day. That's the funniest thing. I remember live streaming that. Sorry about that. I had a interesting bit of audio in my ear for a moment. Here's celebration of Harry Potter 2015 photos. I'm sorry, 2017. Yeah, 16 photos. No, wait, that's 2017, duh. Let me pull all these back together in a one. Because you guys can see another 9,900 photos. I mean, wow, 9,000. Okay, so there we go. Put this into parks. Put this in a city walk. Yes, the past few years I have seen now, I think it's 8 different total members of the Harry Potter cast. I think, but then again, there's also doing all the convention work. And you guys can see like some of the photos I've taken that's aren't normally blurred. But I like the Magic Bus. I also have gift shops. Where are some of the photos I've taken from all of that? Here is Paula Harris, the wand choreographer for the Harry Potter movies. So he choreographed all the wand movements. And then I have somewhere in here the stars. Like Warwick Davis. You guys can also see like all the fun stuff. Well, I'm blanking on half these guys' names right now. I have more photos from the Friday because I went all 3 days last year. Then I have a former mall that is now closed in the Orlando area called Artagon. I went there before they closed. I have not seen any movie outside the first movie, and it took me 13 years to rewatch the first movie. I haven't seen any things of those movies in a long time. So yeah. Or this is more from Universal. Yes, it is more from Universal. Oh, from when I saw the founder. More. Just so you guys know, I think in a bit I'm going to wrap it up and go make dinner. Just so you guys are aware. I'm probably just going to categorize these real fast. Let me mark these in the New York area. Yeah, I do have a lot of photos from my travels here. Very nice, John. I could go for ice cream now. Thank you. Literally half of these photos are me trying to remember where did I take photos at. More photos of the train from Harry Potter. Fun fact, at Universal Orlando, and give me 1 second for this, I just need to put this into the iDrive area. At Universal Orlando, the way that, I know that they had these, I'm not sure if they still have these, but because, I just have to show you guys these quick, they actually have these little things that allow you for if a kid isn't able to get on an attraction other than food here. I'm trying to find a far enough photo from it where they allow you to get the certificate. So once your kid is tall enough to go on the attraction, it's called a height certificate. They get express pass access, so you guys will be able to bypass the line to experience the attraction when your kid is at the height that it deems. So that's a little nifty thing that they do at the attractions. So if like a little kid is crying because they can't get on, we can offer them saying, hey, just let you know that if you want to get on the attraction in the future, we will give you this, and then when you come back when you're tall enough, you're able to go on. So that's essentially what it is. It's a height certificate. It's a nice little thing that they do. Because it's one of those things like, who would have ever thought to do that? To be quite honest with you. Who honestly would have done that? Oh god, I found a horrible photo of myself. There you guys go. My one stream setup a few years ago. When I was broadcasting live, mind you. That's a horrible photograph. That's a horrible, horrible photograph. More from Universal. Oh, I've been asked, or someone brought this up to me, I think it was Our Themed Life, doing a project where I go and tear apart my bag and show you guys what I bring. So you guys can see how crazy my bag is. Because that would be very interesting. Oh, speaking of, I'll give you guys a fun little story about this category. In my community, we had randomly show up one day. Fun story for this one. We had one day, in my neighborhood, this showed up. This prop. This is rock work from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This just showed up in my neighborhood one day. It was so random to have props from Disney World show up in my community. But I took detailed photographs of it. And this was around Christmas a few years back. So you guys can see how random my neighborhood can be. Man, I forgot about that. Yes, John, from the ride. That was props from the attraction. Julia, I would go to Universal so much if I actually properly drove. I don't, because going normally in between school and here, I do a lot of public transportation. So that's how I don't do it. Personally. So... more photos from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party from 2 years ago. More photos from Harry Potter. And more photos from Universal. Give me 1 second. I have so many random photos here, like the mummy, including their pharaohs. They do a lot of cool things in there normally. So this is all just Disney for the most part. So I really only need to categorize this into it quick. You know, it's 8:30, guys. I've been live now for about 2 hours. I'm gonna go and get some dinner. So I thank everyone for joining me. I might come back a little bit later after dinner to do it. Tonight's dinner is lasagna I've chosen. So thank you all again for joining me, and expect to see some of these photographs pretty soon when I properly announce my Redbubble store in the future. So again, have a good one. And thank you for joining. Have a good one, guys.